Mysteries can be intriguing, but not when it comes to your insurance policy. My name is Jean Niven, and I'm an attorney in practice with the Merlin Law Group. I've had the opportunity of practicing law for 33 years, and am admitted in Florida, New York, Texas, both the state and federal courts, as well as a number of other federal courts, including the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals and the United States Supreme Court. Insurance is a product we all buy with the hope we will never use it. The problem becomes if we have to use it and we haven't reviewed our policy, we may not have not only the coverages we need, but we may not have any coverage. When you receive your insurance policy, it is extremely important that you take an hour out of your busy schedule to understand what policy provisions you're purchasing. The first part of the policy you should look at is called the declarations page. It is part of every policy, and it lists who the insured is, what the coverages are, the amount of the coverages, and on the bottom of the page, endorsements. Starting at the top of the page, you will see the name of the insured. That sounds very simple, but unfortunately in the last year, we've had the opportunity of reviewing policies that the insured was not really the insured and had no coverage. For example, if the name of the insured is a corporate entity and that corporate entity is not the deed holder, there may be no insurable interest. Secondly, the corporate entity may be a defunct corporation. It may no longer be in existence because dues were not paid, or that particular corporate entity was merged into another corporation. Those sets of circumstances lead to no coverage. Additionally, you may be an individual who has decided to put your property into a trust. Even if it's a revocable trust, meaning that you can change the terms and conditions, but the trust is not listed as the owner of the property, again, you may have no coverage. Unfortunately, this happens more frequently than we'd like to believe. Next, you need to look at what the coverages are. Do you have coverage for the structure? Sometimes people will lease property, and their lease will require them to have coverage. Unfortunately, they don't have coverage on the building. They have coverage on the contents, loss of income, but they don't have coverage on the building. This leaves them liable if there is a catastrophic loss. You also want to look at the endorsements. That is extremely important because on the bottom of the page, it will list ISO numbers. Those are your endorsements. You need to cross-reference those with the endorsements that you actually receive. I have a case right now where my insured fortunately kept his policy intact, including the mailing envelope. So when he had a loss and the insurance company tried to tell him that wasn't the endorsement they sent him, he was able to show, oh yes, it was. And this is the policy that I'm traveling under. These are very simple tips. There are a lot more things you need to be aware of. If you have any questions as you're reviewing your policy, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group at any time so that we can assist you. Thank you.